When Elementor 1 came out, there was a mixture of excitement, confusion, and anxiety as to what do I have to pay? Can I upgrade? What does it mean for my existing licenses? And what will I really get out of it? Basically, there were questions. Well, thankfully, Elementor have put together some answers to some of those questions, and I'm going to run through them, and I hope it will alleviate some concerns and confusion. But if you still have questions, stick them in the comments. These are answers to real questions. Are you forcing current users to upgrade to Elementor 1? Absolutely not. Elementor 1 is an optional tier. If you are happy with your current Elementor Pro plan, you can stay on it indefinitely at your current price. There is no forced migration. So if you're one of those users where you don't plan to use any of the extra features or things that might be coming on the scene with Elementor 1, you just stay with your current plan. And that leads on to the second question very nicely, which is what happens to legacy expert licenses? You know, the 100 and 1000 site plans. We are honoring all legacy licenses. You will continue to get updates, support, and new builder features. You only move to 1 if you specifically decide you want to use it. By the way, Elementor did create a dedicated offer for legacy users as well. So if you wanted to upgrade to Elementor 1, you could do with a pretty hefty discount. And by the way, when it renews, you still get a discount there as well. Question 3, do I need to upgrade to Elementor 1 to get the latest version 4 features? I'll keep this simple. The answer is no. All of the new version 4 features, whether it's the UI, the components, the editor, performance enhancements, that's available to all Elementor users. Do unused credits roll over to the next month? Unfortunately, no. But that's not a bad thing, because your monthly credit pool is designed to give you consistent, predictable capacity. So that means that each month you get a fresh allocation, so you know what you're getting rather than trying to manage and remember what you did or did not use the month before. So what actually costs a credit? And on screen you can see how it breaks down. Go and click pause. Question 6. What happens if I run out of credits mid-month? Chill out. Your website won't stop working. The only thing that will be affected is that you might not be able to optimize any more images during that month. Or maybe it's generating some AI images. And what you'll have to do is just wait till the next month before you can start using your credits again, or you might upgrade to a higher plan. Now, this question has been asked quite a lot about the email deliverability. Why would you use Elementor 1 when you could use an alternative free SMTP plugin? The reason is because a lot of those plugins just bridge the connection to a server. Whereas with Elementor, the site mailer is an actual delivery infrastructure. What about the accessibility tools in Elementor 1? Is it just a widget? What we know is that it scans over 180 WCAG 2.1 AA issues. And what the tool will do is give you step-by-step guidance on how to fix it. You could also use the built-in AI to help fix it for you. Now, a lot of these things you could do yourself, but if you're new to web designing, or maybe you're a client or a business and you want to use Elementor to get your page builder, your hosting, and other services, then this all-in-one package can massively help you out. Question 9 is about image optimization, and this has been asked. So when my images are optimized, are they sat on an Elementor server? No, not at all. All the optimization is reducing the amount of load on your servers. Those images, once they're optimized, will still be sat in your WordPress media library. You own the files. You do what you want with them, not Elementor. Can I use the agency credit across my client's websites rather than just one single website? Yeah, of course you can, because if you get the Elementor 1 agency plan, you get 350,000 credits. You use them how you want, where you want. Question 11 is what I call the nuclear question, because everybody was asking this on day one. My clients can all see the upgrade button. How do I turn this off? Don't worry, Elementor listened. As long as you're an Elementor Pro user, the upgrade button has been removed. This is an interesting one. Does Elementor 1 include Elementor hosting? Nope. Elementor 1 does not include hosting. They are separate. So if you want to use Elementor 1 because you're hosted elsewhere, you still can do so. I know a lot of you have been asking this question, and I bet it's going to pop up in the comments as well, as to why are you not focusing on performance rather than these new features? The truth is that behind the scenes, the Elementor team are working on these new tools, whether you want them or not. but they're also working on a lot of back-end things as well with the editor version 4. And I can see for a fact that in the last 12, 18 months, they've done a lot of work on the performance side of things. The final question is, what is the one thing that Elementor want people to know about Elementor 1? Because we can't deny there's going to be happy people and angry people and sad people. It's about consolidation and empowering web creators to build better websites. Most pros are paying for several separate subscriptions for AI, image optimization, email deliverability, and accessibility. Elementor have unified them in one place with one invoice and priority support access that make your business easier to run. Now, I know that wasn't a huge amount of questions and answers given there, but if you've got any more you would love to have answered, please drop them in the comments and I'll see what I can do to get them answered. I'm not telling you to use Elementor 1. Elementor aren't even telling you to use Elementor 1. You make the choice. It's up to you. I'm Imran from Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll keep seeing you. Take care. Bye.